Today, we're making Cremas. And for clarity, and definitely not to give attribution or point to an origin, Cremas is essentially a Haitian Coqutio, and Coqutio is the most popular of these local and regionalized takes on creamy holiday cocktails. Think eggnog without the eggs, touch more tropical, and always highlighting the spirit, that's the distilled spirit of that region. And when it comes to Coqutio and Cremas, there are no defined recipes or definitions and are generally pretty much just family recipes. They're traditions. But like many tropical cocktails, they often have ties to colonialism. The regional forms of milk punches, coquitos, cremas, eggnog-like drinks, often with origins from the colonizing nation. Some point to the Taino, who were the indigenous people of the Caribbean pre-Columbus arrival. But pretty much all recipes contain products like condensed milk, evaporated milk, and cream of coconut, which haven't been around forever, and ingredients like Coca Lopez have only been around for about 75 years. Now, I had been wanting to do Coqutio here, and I know some people were requesting this, but I didn't know too much about it. So I watched videos, like 50 YouTube videos. Most of them were in Spanish, and there really is no consensus, but almost everyone that seemed more authentic made a tea with spices. So a couple cups of water with some cinnamon, some cloves, star anise, vanilla, and really anything else. And Cremas is similar, but it seems the tea is a little less common. But a couple things really jumped out to me when looking at all the variations. First, just using a Haitian rum is a nice change up, and we'll expand on that a little bit later. And second was they all use lime zest, and some call for lime juice. And mixing milk with some acidity is fun and sometimes a little dangerous, as it can be hard to avoid the curdling. And it makes it different from all the other eggnogs you're used to. In an interview with Food and Wine, author of Haitian Uncovered, Nadege Florimond, shared that in Haiti, Cremas has regional recipes as well. Coconut is rarely used in the north, but common in the south. And unlike the adapted recipes from transplants to places like the United States that use barbacoa rum, locally, they would often use claret. So I'm adapting a few recipes that I've seen online and adjusting it to my own preferences, but just a little bit. So the recipe today is not authentically Haitian, and I don't want to pretend that it is. But hopefully for some of you that didn't know Cremas existed, now you do. And you can look into this more. You can find other recipes. You can watch other videos made by Haitian people that might inspire you to create your own Cremas and learn even more about that. Now, back to the rum. I thought this would be fun to try this with 3 different rums: an unaged Barbancourt, an aged Barbancourt, and a Haitian claret. So what I'm gonna do is make a large batch without rum. And then when I'm done adding everything, I'm gonna divide it into 3 batches and add 1 rum to each to see if there's one that I really like the best. Now, ultimately, I know I'm gonna combine them all back together as a blend and let them age for a little while, a couple days at least, but it seemed fun to test it out first to see if there's a big difference in these different rums. So let's make some Haitian Cremas, and I'm gonna build this in a blender because I just find that's easier, but you can use a bowl with a whisk, a stand mixer, anything else. You don't have to use a blender. It just makes it a little bit easier, cleaner to clean up. So I'm gonna start with 2 cans of evaporated milk. So most recipes call these a full can of Coca Lopez and a full can of sweetened condensed milk. You might find that you like that. I just ran the numbers and it seemed a little bit too sweet. So I'm just gonna add in half a can of each of these, and then I'll adjust sweetness if I want more of it. And you should do the same. It's very cold today. Now I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of almond extract, teaspoon of vanilla extract, the zest of 1 lime, and 1 ounce of lime juice. The total recipe here needs 15 ounces of rum, and I'm gonna put 5 ounces of rum into each of these batches. Ice is not necessary here, but I didn't have time to put this in the fridge and let it chill down. They're gonna have slightly different ABVs. Well, I guess the Bourbon Court, the aged one is 43% ABV. Clarence 43% ABV, but then the Bourbon Court unaged is 55. It's 110 proof, Haitian proof. So they're gonna be different, but just a fun little experiment to see, you know, if you're thinking about just doing one different Haitian rum, what the differences are. So let's start with the Clarin, which is kind of like the most raw of them all. Even just at 43% ABV, you get, there's an industrial intensity, a fresh grass, yet there's a level of harshness to some Clarins, which for a lot that are into rum, like that's an enticing thing. But it has a savory quality to it, but that's balanced out by all the sweetness in there. And it has this very unique key lime pie quality to it because you have the sweetened condensed milk, you have the lime zest, the lime juice, and then strangely, like the coconut, which is the wild card in there, that's really good. And I think once it's chilled down and maybe mellows out a little bit, the even better. More proof there, but less flavor comes through. It has that fresh sugarcane juice rum quality to it. And when I think about the unaged barbacourts, they to me always lend themselves closer to a cachaça than like an agricole or even a Clarin. It's a delicious rum that makes a delicious daiquiri. So the last one is the aged. I use the 8-year Bourbon Court. I almost grabbed the 15 down and I double checked the price. That's a $70-something bottle. The 8 runs about like 30, 35. So a little bit more economical when you're making a big like milk punch type drink. Not surprisingly, that is the most mellow of them all. It's not necessarily that you can taste the age on it or the cognac-like qualities that those rums bring, but it does have a more mellow, more familiar flavor profile than the other two. And as dumb as it is to say, like I can already tell that putting them together is going to be the best thing here. Like each one of them on their own has 1 or 2 notes of something, but together is how they're going to make an even better Cremas. But we'll have to test that ourselves. All right, chill down, topped with nutmeg, all 3 combined. Let's try it. Well, that is the best version of it, combining all 3 rums, and what 1 or 2 rums can do, 3 rums definitely can do. It has that just uniqueness with the lime zest and the lime juice and the coconut. And for those of you against eggnog, it doesn't really taste like eggnog at all. It lacks that quintessential eggy, custardy flavor. And then it doesn't feel super heavy. There's still like a nice luxurious mouthfeel from our sweetened condensed milk and from our Coco Lopez, but it's different than like the heavy cream heaviness. So I'll not be replacing my eggnog recipe, but why not have both of these? What's to stop it? So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to this channel if you enjoyed this video and want to support this channel more. Go check out my Patreon page, and otherwise, see you in the next one.